This next one is a weird one, and it's not just because of the bizarre tag team of the Dust Brothers, Goldust and Stardust, teaming up to go up against the Usos. This is one that a lot of people have seen a different way, no matter which way you look at it. Both of these teams come in as baby faces, but through their series of matches, we've seen the Dust Brothers pick up 2 victories over the Usos, one by pinfall and another one in a title match, which was decided by countout, where the titles didn't change hands. Some people have said that Jey Uso sort of faked an injury to take the countout, knowing that they would keep their championships, thinking that Goldust and Stardust, had them in the corner, and basically knew that they were going to lose that match if they was still going in the direction that it was going. Goldust and Stardust is a weird tag team, honestly. When basically, Cody Rhodes left the WWE, saying that, Goldust deserved a new tag team, and that he was going to go out of his way and find him a new tag team partner that was going to be able to carry on his winning ways, and just Cody didn't want to hold Goldust down anymore. I saw that as writing on the walls, as that basically Cody was going to be turning on Goldust somewhere down the line. I know that this is a match that they've been looking for since WrestleMania 27. 3 years, Goldust and Cody Rhodes have been sort of, debating back and forth with Vince McMahon, trying and pleading to try to get the brothers a match at WrestleMania, knowing that, they could go out there and sort of have some family magic, have a Rhodes WrestleMania moment, I guess you can say. Going back to the WrestleMania podcast that was hosted by Renee Young, 30 years of WrestleMania, a great show that was on there. Definitely one of my favorite podcasts that would come on every week. I'm hoping that it will make its return next year. We did not get a Payback or a SummerSlam, podcast. There were some reports out there that Vince McMahon was upset that his show was not the #1 show on Podcast One, and that's why they didn't continue on their, I guess you can say, their relationship of working together, even on Tonight's show, they plugged Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast, where he was going to host. Kevin Nash is going to be on the show this week. They've plugged they've plugged Chris Jericho's show in the past, just basically saying that you go out podcast1.com or go over to iTunes and subscribe to these shows. So basically, Goldust has had his biggest WrestleMania moment, wrestling against Roddy Piper. He's told that story 1,000 times. As of right now, Cody Rhodes thinks the WrestleMania 27 match against Rey Mysterio is one of the best matches of his career. They've got WrestleMania moments, but I don't think that, it would compete against wrestling each other on the biggest stage of them all. It doesn't matter if it involves a title or, any storyline. Just let them go out there and compete. Say they're fighting over their father's love. They had a good storyline set up to have this match at WrestleMania 30. And some people said it was on the tables, but it never really panned out. And here they are, just still teaming. I didn't think that when Goldust made his return to fight Randy Orton to try and get Cody's career back last year, I didn't think that he was going to be here this long, and he fits in every bit with everybody on the roster, whether if it's from him doing the DDP yoga or just being a real wrestling stud who's not going to complain about life on the road and the bumps you take. I mean, he is the guy that is really out there. He wrestles the house shows, he wrestles television, and I guess they gave Cody some time off to spend at home, and they had these guys making some weird vignettes, something that I wish they would have done with Brock Lesnar to really hype up the Brock Lesnar versus John Cena feud. Instead, we just got Paul Heyman and John Cena on Raw every week, but these guys are far bizarre than I thought they were. These promos seems like they were sniffing just lines of cocaine before they went out there and just said the most bizarre things, looking into disco balls and all sorts of things. I don't really get this tag team. I don't really understand it. I don't know where it's going. But if anybody's going to beat the Usos, I say it could be the Dust Brothers here. The Usos are a great tag team, nothing against them, but this tag team run really hasn't really got anything running for me. Their matches against the Wyatts, they never really stepped up and said, we're a great tag team. Even when they won the championships against the New Age Outlaws before WrestleMania, I think that was actually at the Royal Rumble. No, the Outlaws became champions at the Royal Rumble, and then the Usos beat them on Monday Night Raw in that surprising match, and then they never got the rematch because they were going in different directions with the New Age Outlaws and Kane going up against the Shield. But I'm not looking for a lot from this match. It could surprise me, but I'm going to take the Usos to keep their belts just because I got no clue why. Honestly, I don't know. There you go. Tag titles, Usos against the Dust Brothers.